welcome to a brand new live tutorial. This time we are going to crochet this beautiful scarf right here. Obviously, we're not going to do the entire thing, but I'm going to show you how to crochet this scarf from the beginning so that way you could create it on your own at home at any time. And this is perfect right now for the fall and winter season that is coming up. So if you need something cozy, like really cozy, then this is for you. And I'm really excited to show you how to crochet this. Now, unfortunately, this yarn that was used for this specific scarf pattern doesn't exist anymore, so I'm going to use a different one. I posted the link into the YouTube chat, so you guys should have it there. It's a brand new yarn and I really love it, which is why I'm using it, and it's called Lime Brand's Landscape Renewed. Now my skein looks a little bit messy because I used quite a bit of that already. So this is the yarn I'm using. It's a worsted yarn and I'm using a 5.5 millimeter hook, so just that you guys know. Okay, now thermal crochet, and this is what we're focusing on right now, okay, is not only for just pot holders but also for like scarves like I just showed you, and we're gonna actually crochet it, right? But there's so many other things that you can crochet with thermal crochet, because thermal crochet is not just for heat protection, right? It's also to keep you cozy, for stability, not needing a lining, etc, etc. We're gonna go through all those benefits in just a moment, but let's go first into the tutorial, shall we? Are you guys ready? I have a couple of stitch markers ready to go, and I have my little chain ready to go. Now the pattern calls for 21 chains. That will be a little bit long right now for this specific tutorial, so I'm just going to cut it roughly in half. So I'm making 11 here, just that you guys can understand how to do this stitch. I'm going to focus on 11, but it is 21 chains, just that you know. Now, of course, you could totally make this even wider, you know, in this direction if you wanted to add more chains to it. And of course, you can also make it way longer. This specific scarf is about 70 inches long. Typical scarves are between 50 to 80 inches long. It really depends on how you want your scarf to look like and whether you're going to make it into possibly an infinity scarf or something like that. Okay, so are you guys ready to go? We're going to talk about specifically the thermal half double crochet. Okay, so you have learned the double crochet version. This time we're going to focus on the half double crochet version. Look at the stretch of this. Isn't that amazing? And look, you can't see my finger in the back here. I mean, I'm stretching and you can't see my finger. Isn't that cool? That means it's very nice and thick. I absolutely love this. I mean, look how thick this is. It's so cozy. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to show you on this yarn. I'm going to zoom in just a tad more because I know you guys like when I do that. I just hope that I'm staying within my little frame here and you can see exactly what I'm doing. I may even make it just a tad brighter so they can really see. Can you guys see everything? Let me know if you can see everything. By the way, we are talking about the thermal crochet ebook right here. There's the QR code, there's the link, and the coupon code right there. Okay, so you are going to be able to get this right now, and the scarf, by the way, is in this ebook for now alone, so you can only get it in there with all the other patterns, of course. Now let's get started with the actual stitch. Remember, this is the half double crochet version of the thermal stitch. Okay, so I have a chain of 11 here. I have my couple of stitch markers ready to go so I can show you where I use them. And then you can totally do this too. Now, I do recommend that you're paying attention for now and don't crochet with me because you're gonna miss something. Trust me, you are. So we're gonna start from the second chain from the hook, and I like to go into the back bump here. So let's do a quick anatomy session here. Okay, so we have the front loop, we have the back loop, and if you turn it around, there's the back bump. Okay, that's where we're going into. So we're starting from the second chain from the hook, and I'm crocheting half double crochet stitches. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna go slow for you guys, maybe not for the first row here because it's just half double crochet stitches, but once I start the actual thermal crochet stitch, I'll make sure I'll be slow. Okay, so for now I'm just doing half double crochet stitches. There's no thermal happening yet. Okay, so So the technique hasn't started yet. You need kind of a foundation in order to get started, okay? So that's what we're doing. The half double crochet version is obviously faster than the double crochet version because there's one less yarn over pull through kind of thing, right? But in terms of height, it is not as big as the thermal crochet double crochet stitch, okay? So let's do this. Okay, I'm almost at the end. Remember, I did 11 chains, which means I'm going to have 10 stitches here. The actual pattern calls for 21 chains and therefore 20 stitches in a row, okay? So we're now going to start with the actual thermal crochet stitch. And that's the half double crochet version. There's many of them. It's a technique, right? We're using one of the stitches. I like to make a chain of one just because it allows me to get the height of it and it doesn't make it so hard to find my last stitch of the row when I come back to it, okay? That's really what it helps me. So let's do this. I made a chain of one and let's get actually started with the technique. So what you're doing is you're going through the back loop right here of the next stitch. So you can hold it like this if you wanted to. Just that you know, so this is the chain of one I just made. So this is the first stitch. We're going to go through the back loop and the parallel loop, which is down here. So right there. So this loop and this loop. That's where we're going through, okay? Both at the same time. Then we're going to go to the next one, okay? Make a stitch over this back loop and this parallel loop. So what we're actually doing is we're going in this direction towards the camera, right? That's the direction we're going to, and we're doing it in kind of like a zigzag version. So which means when you are going through the back loop over here, you have a front loop left over. That's the loop you're going to use in the following row. That's going to be the parallel loop on the following round or row, okay? Depending on what you do. Right now, this is rows. So let's do this, okay? We're going to yarn over because we do that for the half double. We're going to go through the back loop and the parallel loop like this. You guys see that? Very straightforward. By the way, you could weave this in here at the same time, but I'm going to ignore that right now so not to confuse you. Okay, now we're going to do a yarn over and pull through. And now you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. This is usually where people are like, oh my gosh, now I'm confused. I don't know where I am. This is usually what happens, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to take your stitch marker right now, okay? Oops. And you're going to add it here to your very first stitch. So this is my first stitch, okay? Move your loop to the side, add your stitch marker to it. So that way you're not losing that stitch and you know exactly which one is your first or also last stitch of the row, okay? So now let's go to the next stitch. So you can always look from this view so you know exactly which one is your next one. This one is the next one, okay? So yarn over, go through the back loop right here. Now look here on the bottom, where is my next one? So you can hold it like this. This is what I prefer doing because it's easy to see which one is the next one. So you go in here and through the parallel loop right there. See that? They were parallel to each other. You see them all parallel. Sometimes it's hard to see when you just made a few stitches because it gets crunched up, but trust the process, okay? So go through it and make your half double crochet, okay? Now let's do this again. So yarn over, go into the next stitch and the parallel loop. So if you hold it like this, it makes it easier. That's just me, but you guys can do whatever you like. If you feel like it is easier to hold it in this direction, then go for it. If you can see it properly, let me show you this direction. I would have to bend my arm a little bit for that. So I don't know, it's not as comfortable for me to do it this direction because I have to hold my hook pointed away from me. It's not as comfortable. So if you like it that way, then go for it. But otherwise, I would recommend holding it this way. Is everyone still on board with me? Is this so far straightforward? Is it making sense to y'all? I need to make sure that everyone is on board. We have a lot of people here today, so I want to make sure everyone understands it. You guys ask your questions. That's what the comment section is for, okay? We have about 99 people here. Can we get to 100? Can we get one more? Did you share yet? Make sure you guys share, okay? So I'm going to go to the next stitch right here. Okay, again, these are parallel to each other. Yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over, pull through 3. So far, it's good, right? Looks like you guys all getting it. Yay! Okay, now I know the hardest part is the very last stitch. I get it. Oh, we got 100, you guys. We made it 200. Woohoo! Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit faster just on these few stitches so I can show you the very last one. That's usually the hardest one to see. Okay, but once you have your first row done, it should be very straightforward because at that point you have your stitch marker at the front and at the back, and it should be very good. So here we go. This is the second to last stitch. Okay, pull it through and pull it through. And now we're doing the very last stitch, okay? So the very last stitch is it's done the exact same way. It's just a little bit harder to see, okay? I'm gonna pull out my hook here for a second so you can see it. Now, if you're holding it this way, you know we just used these 2 loops right there. Now, this is your last, if you look at it from this direction, you can see this is your last stitch right here. Now, you know this is your back loop. That means this down here is the parallel loop right there. Okay, they're literally parallel to each other. So if you're not squishing around your stitches, you should be able to see it very clearly, okay? So I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to go in here and through the parallel loop like this. Yarn over and pull through, and yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, there we go. And look what happened. Naturally, I turned my project, which is cool, right? You naturally turn it because of the way you're holding it, okay? Now you guys can do your chain of 1 and go into the next row, okay? Can we watch this again? Susan, yes, it's going to be available for replay on both Facebook and YouTube. We have 107 people here today. Woohoo! Thank you guys for sharing. I hope you guys are learning a lot here for the thermal crochet half double crochet stitch. We're going to talk more about what other patterns you can do in a second, and we're also going to have prizes at the end. Woohoo! Okay, so let's do the next row because that is also a row that I always feel like maybe people might get confused, okay? Because again, it's the half double crochet. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to ignore everything below here. So if you want to put like your finger there, it's highly recommend you do. We have 115. Whoa, how many more people can we get? This is amazing, you guys. I love how the community works together for this. We all help each other. I teach and you guys tell everyone else about it, and then we'll all have fun together. Sounds good? I love it. Okay, so ignore this chain right here because that's the chain that I just made, okay? But if you hold your fingers right here, okay, see if I don't hold it there, you're going to be like, which one is the loop? Okay, hold it right here. Do you see this? This is what I do. Okay, I hold my finger there, and that way I see exactly which one is the parallel loop to each other, okay? When you work is wide, how do you hold your project? I let it kind of hang down, and then I still hold it like this. That's just how I hold it for my thermal crochet version. Everything else just lays on my lap. Is that making sense? I let it hang down, and I just focus on each piece at a time. Is that making sense? Okay, so here's, now once I get far along, it's much easier to hold it in a different way, but you do you, okay? Just be comfortable, enjoy the journey, okay? Your first time here. Hi, Tina. I'm glad you're here. Okay, so let me remind you again. You are going to hold your finger over here, okay? And you're going to go through this loop and the parallel loop, which is right here, okay? Now, keep in mind, the half double crochet is a very special stitch. A special stitch in a way that if I actually going to pull this out here, I'm going to pull my chain of 1 out for a second. I want you to see the half double crochet. Just look at one of them, okay? This is your half double crochet. Now you can see that this loop, and if I really hold it in a correct way, you can actually see how it's in an angle. Okay, the half double crochet is always in an angle, okay, just how it works. So which means that when you are doing half double crochet version of the thermal crochet, you may have to kind of pull this over just a tad, okay? So let me be clear. It may be a little bit harder to see which one is parallel, right? You might think that this is the parallel loop because of the half double crochet. The half double crochet is twisted a little bit, like it's diagonally. So you have to pull it over, okay? And you have to go through this one. So these are the parallel loops. You can see when I hold it like this, Okay, you can see, I'm going to hold it like this so you can see how some of them are moved over. Do you see that? It's not exactly parallel at this point anymore. I'm going to use a pen so you can see it. This one is the next one. This one is the next one. This one is the next one. It is because the half double crochet is in a slant. It's kind of a little bit diagonally. That's the only stitch that does that. Single crochet, double crochet, triple crochet, they are like this. Half double crochets are like this. Okay, so be patient and make sure you can see which stitch is the right one. Okay, how many yards will it take to make a scarf? I don't know. It depends on the stitch, the tension you have. It depends on the yarn you're using. We have here 2 skeins of yarn that we use for the scarf. Okay, so let's do the stitch now that I explained it very well, hopefully. Did I explain it well? You guys tell me. Okay, here's my half double crochet for this first stitch right there. Okay, will you be doing the stitch in a round? Thinking of hats? Maybe. I might. We'll see. We go through. I lost my stitch here for a second. I'm going to go through the list in a second and we're going to talk about all the patterns and then we'll figure it out. Okay. There are a few more things that I want to teach you in the next few days and I might include the rounds into it. Okay. So let's go to the next stitch right here. Okay. So if you're holding it in a certain way, you can see your parallel loop. Okay. But it can be a little bit challenging. So again, put your finger right there. Okay. Put your finger there and now you can see it. These are my parallel loops and I go through them. That's exactly what I'm doing. Literally put your finger there because sometimes it can be very confusing when you have other loops hanging around and the half double crochet just has extra loops. That's just how it is. Okay. So here we go. I'm just going to go through it. Oh, I just realized I forgot to add my stitch marker again. So let's do that right now, okay? I'm going to add my stitch marker to the very first stitch to make sure I'm not going to lose it. There we go. I'm going to go through like this. Oh, by the way, someone had a great idea, and I actually love this idea. You can totally go through these parallel loops here as your stitch marker situation, because when you come back around, those are the 2 loops you're going to use. Okay, so this is the back loop when you turn it around like this, right? Look at it. There's the back loop and the parallel loop. So you can totally do this beforehand and mark it like this. How cool is that, right? That way you don't have to search for your loops. So totally do that. I saw someone post about it. I think it was in the Thermo Crochet Mystery Crochet Along chat on Facebook. And I thought it was a brilliant idea. Go through the loops you're going to use anyway. So that way you don't have to find them later. Okay. See how I did that? Does that make sense to you guys? So if I turn my project around and I come for the next row, then this is my back loop and the leftover loop. That's pretty cool, right? So go ahead and use that trick if you like. It's very helpful. So now let's keep going. Okay, you can see how I put my finger there on purpose to make sure I pick the right loops. It's very important to pick the right loops. Okay, so like this, I'm going to go all the way onto the end and I'm going to show you one more row at the very end that once you are finished with your project, that's the row you're going to do. So pay attention. I'm going to show you one different row at the very end. Okay. So now let's go through the very last stitch right here. Okay, I'm going to leave my stitch marker hanging for now. Okay, right here is the back loop and here is the parallel loop. Do you see that right there? Let me pull it out again because the last one is always hard. So if I hold it like this, you're going to be like, which one is which? Okay, put your finger right here and then look, this is the back loop. This is the leftover loop. See? It's not that hard to see if you put your finger there. Okay, and you're going to cover everything else up. Just focus on the one thing. Okay, the one thing. So here I'm going to make a chain of 1. Okay, this is how it looks like so far. Now I want you to see something. I think this is really, really cool. Okay, so first of all, you can see here your stitches. So this is the half double crochet stitches right here. And I'm going to show you the back side too. So this is how it looks like on the back. Okay, now you can see how these stitches right here, look at these ones. And then look at these ones. They look exactly the same, don't they? But if you look here in between, this is how the half double crochet normally looks like. Okay, so what that means is when you're doing the thermal crochet half double crochet stitch, you are hiding the front view of the double crochet, half double crochet on the inside. That means the outside part that you actually see when you're done with your project, okay, is actually the back side of the stitch. You are seeing the back side of the stitch. So if I can show it to you on here, you can see that too. This is a little bit fuzzy yarn, so maybe hard to see, but you can see it is the back side. This is actually upside down. Let me do it this way. There we go. You see it's the back side of the stitches that you can see. They're only the back side. It's pretty cool. Okay, so now let me show you the very last row. So once you are finished with your scarf and you have it the length that you desire. So for my project, it was 70 inches. And I say, okay, I reached 70 inches. Now I'm going to do my very last row. I'll show you the very last row. Okay. During the very last row, what you're going to do, ignore my stitch marker here. Actually, I'm going to remove it so it doesn't bother me. Whoop. Okay, very last row. Did you pay attention when I said? This is the last row for the scarf, okay? What you're going to do is you're actually going through both the front loop, the back loop, and the leftover loop. Do you see that? Let me hold it a little bit closer. This is the front loop, the back loop, and the leftover loop. So you're going through 3 loops. That's just the very last row. When you're done with your project, that's when you're going to do it, okay? So can you talk about counting rows? Connie, I sure will. Give me a second and I will. All right, so if I don't, tell me again, okay? I'm not sure I'll do it though. So here I'm going through all 3 loops. I'm not leaving a leftover loop behind, okay? And I'm doing my stitches. So this is the very last row of your project. So you go through both the front loop, the back loop, and the parallel loop. That way you have a smooth finish and you don't have that zigzag happening. Do you see that kind of that step up? That step up happens because we need that leftover loop for the next row. But when you finish with your project, you don't need that leftover loop anymore. So in this case, you are actually working with all 3 loops at the same time, okay? So I'm just gonna finish this row here so that you can see how that looks like. And you can see as I go along, I start holding my project this way because it can be easier when you have a longer project, especially the very last row. I'm still kind of tilting it a little bit because you have to look behind it, right, to find that leftover loop. And that's what you're going to do. You're just doing your half double crochet stitches through all 3 loops. You see that? Front, back, and the leftover loop. So I'm going to go a little faster so you can actually see how it looks like in the end. Okay, so here's my leftover loop. By the way, I absolutely love this yarn, you guys. It is so soft. It is so easy to work with. It is incredible. I am in love with this yarn. I need to figure out what else I can use with this yarn. It is incredible. Seriously. I put the link of it in the YouTube chat already in case you're curious. I put it towards the high up, like it's one of the first comments. So you may have to scroll up a little bit to see it. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do my last stitch right here. And then you finish it up, okay? You just make your slip knot and then you tie it up. And then this is how it looks like in the end, okay? So you have, this is the back side in this case, and this is the front side. It doesn't really matter, okay? But you don't have any more leftover loops. You don't have any of the step up situation, okay? Now, in terms of counting, I'm going to pull, let's see which project I'm going to take. I'm going to use this one right here, okay? Because this one is done in the double crochet version, but it's very easy to see because it's lighter yarn. So I'm using this one right now in terms of counting. So to count rows, all you have to do is look at your project and count your rows. So if this is the bottom, I'm going to count here. 1, 2, 3. Do you see the rows? I mean, you can kind of see that there's lines in between. Do you see that? So you're literally counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now, what happens here is that 13 is only one side of the project. So if I turn it around, I have to count the other side too. Okay, let's do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So in this specific project, let me zoom out just a tad. You know what this is. This is the Hang on, just a tad more. This is the fingerless gloves, by the way. Okay, and this one has 13 on one side, 14 on the other. So in order to know how many rows you did, you add them up together. So 13 plus 14 is 27. So for thermal crochet, you have to count both sides and add them together. Then you know how many rows you actually did. Why? Because you were working in a zigzag back and forth from one side to the other side. So you actually don't see the rows on the back side here. You don't see them from this side. So you have to count both. We have 131 people here today. Hello, everyone. Do we have any newbies here? I'm so glad we have so many people here. Anyways, this is really easy to count because both sides look exactly the same. Just know which one is which, right? And then you are counting them, okay? So you're literally counting each row and then adding both sides together. Okay. Is there a front side as opposed to a back side? This is a great question, okay? Right here, where's my finger? Right there. Great question. Technically, the answer is no, okay? So technically, you don't have really a back side or a front side because as you can tell on just this project right here, this is one side and this is the other side. You would be like, but Nikki, I don't see a difference. Exactly. There's no difference. So you pick which side is considered for you the back side versus the front side. Now, if you're doing sewing like this, like I did, I know exactly which one is my inside or back side. Okay. So obviously I will turn this around because this one looks much cleaner. So I know exactly which side is the front and which one is the back. Is that making sense? So it's more kind of what you consider it. Okay. Which one is the front and which one is the back. Okay, that's where I got confused. Awesome. Yay, I'm glad this was helpful. We have so many newbie people here. I am so thrilled. Hello. Okay, we are talking a lot about thermal crochet today. So we just talked about how to do this amazing scarf. Let me see if I can hold this a little bit better. Okay, oops, this was twisted. So obviously this yarn doesn't exist anymore, which is why I used a different yarn. I used this amazing yarn right here. I put the link in the description. I love this yarn. It's brand new. Okay. But it works also perfectly fine for this one because it's nice and cozy. It is worsted weight though, by the way. This one is, and the other one I just showed you is worsted too. But this one is a very long scarf. You see that? It's very long. This one is 70 inches long. Super duper cozy. Okay, absolutely cozy. So what happened right now is you learned how to do the thermal half double crochet stitch. How cool is that? Okay, but I told you there is so much more to learn about thermal crochet. Okay, you learned one stitch just now, and you also learned that we had another stitch, and that was the double crochet version. Okay, and that's the stitch that we used for the mystery crochet along we did just a few days ago. Okay, remember that? We used the thermal double crochet for that, but there's also a single crochet version. Now obviously once you learn those 3 stitches, you could even do a triple crochet stitch, right? Because it's just a little bit higher. Okay, a little bit higher. But before I continue, I want to remind you really quickly, because some of you guys newbies don't even know that. Hello, we have a prize giveaway at the very end of this video, so I highly recommend you stick around, okay, because we're giving away prizes, and I'm sure you want to be part of this. All you have to do is answer a few questions and you have a chance to win something. Okay, so be sure to stay here so I can give you a chance to win something. Okay, so let's see, which joining method do you recommend for the stitch? When you say joining, can you be more specific, Deborah? Are you talking about sewing something together like this? I would use the mattress stitch for that. In terms of, I don't know what else you mean by terms of joining. Be more specific on the joining and then I'll let you know. It's the only joining part that I think of right now, okay? I had a question way up there on the dropped stitches. Okay, Grace, if you have a dropped stitch, Well, there's two things. One, you're probably going to see that you have a dropped stitch, okay? Because both sides look very clean. There's not really a lot of additional texture to it, so it's very likely you're going to see a dropped stitch. You know, like when you do it for knitting, you can see it, right? If you ever look at knitting on a dropped stitch, you can see it, okay? Now here you have a choice. You can let it go and say, this is a beauty mark, or you are going to simply frog it and go back and fix it. That's really the only two choices you have here. But yeah, that it can happen if you have a dropped stitch. So make sure you count your stitches. That way you'll be fine, okay? Can you use a 4-ply yarn? I don't know which one was 4-ply, you guys. I don't have that in my mind. I'm in the US. We have number system and words. So we used a worsted yarn that is a number 4 yarn. I'm pretty sure, if my memory is correct, but don't quote me on it. I believe that's called a 10-ply in some other countries. I don't know on top of my head if I'm correct though, okay? That's the yarn that I used. Now, can you use any thinner yarn? Of course, if you want to. It's a scarf. If you want to make it thinner and use the same stitch, then of course, go ahead and do so. Okay. Deborah said she watched all the videos in the ebook last night. Yay! She says it's a great ebook to have. See, now I love that. Okay, that's a great review. I love it right off the bat. Yay! Okay, you're quite watching. Perfect. Now let's talk more about what you actually can learn, because Deborah just said there are video tutorials in there, right? So obviously you have all of these stitch tutorials that you can learn, okay? So when I say stitch tutorials, I'm talking about written instructions as well as videos. I'll show you in a second what I'm talking about, okay? So you have these 3 stitches, but once you learn these stitches, you can then, do not do it beforehand, go to the next step and learn increases and decreases. I wrote this in order specifically. I highly recommend sticking with this order if you're brand new to thermo crochet, okay? Learn increases and decreases, then learn rounds. And once you learn all of that, then you go into circles. Now, some of you guys may say, well, that seems very straightforward. It's just crocheting. I know how to do increase and decreases. Yes and no. Okay, you're gonna have to do something slightly different in terms of increasing and decreasing. There's kind of like an extra step to it, and you're really gonna see it when you do circles. You're really gonna see that extra step that you have to take when you are doing thermo crochet. Why? Because you're doing half a row at a time, okay? And when you do that, you're going to have to do some catch up. I like to call it a catch up. You're gonna see that when I talk about this video, for example, I really emphasize the catch-up round that you have to do for thermo crochet. And you can see it can be very confusing if you're not using a stitch marker, okay? Stitch markers are your best friend for thermo crochet. Trust me on this, okay? Now, we do have a lot of video tutorials that come with this ebook, okay? I'm talking 13 plus video tutorials. Yes, I'm saying plus because I'm doing these video tutorials. I'm going to add them into the ebook, so that way they're ready to go for those who are interested, okay? But at minimum, you have 13 video tutorials that guide you through all of those stitch tutorials, plus I added additional ones for some of the patterns. So therefore you can see the number is higher for the videos versus the stitch tutorial, the written instructions, okay? So we have, just to summarize, 7 detailed crochet, thermo crochet tutorials, written instructions, like you can see here, sneak peeks of it, right? With 13 video tutorials. Some of them are for patterns, okay? That's really, really cool. Okay, so let's see. You guys are still talking about the yarn. I think 10 ply is equivalent to chunky yarn. I don't know the equivalent to it. Okay. Can we win prizes if we are in the UK? Yes, you can. You can win an ebook. It's really cool. I have a lot of different ebooks and you get to pick one if you are one of the winners. Okay. Someone says it's 8 ply in Australia. Okay. So I guess worsted is 8 ply. I don't know it on top of my head. I don't. Okay. Let's see. Let's say I want to make a scarf into a cowl, that joining. Deborah, you have 2 ways to do that. That's a great, thank you for bringing this up, okay? So in terms of joining, you have 2 things. One, you can make the entire cowl in rounds, meaning if once you learn how to do it in rounds, you can use the pattern and turn it into a rounded version without having to do any seaming, okay? Like sewing together, okay? That's method number one. Method number two would be make it in rows, because for most of you guys it will probably be easier. Just do it in rows and then fold it together and then seam it closed. Now, I personally prefer the mattress stitch in terms of seaming, okay, or joining, however you want to call it. So that's my method, but you do you, okay? So those are two ideas for you in order to do a scarf, or turn a scarf into a cowl. Make sense? Actually, I have an example for you for a cowl, and I did method number two, okay, for that. So let's see, where's my cowl? Hang on, I have it right here. Okay, so this is a cowl right here, okay, and that was done in rows, and then I seamed it, and you can barely tell that I seamed it, like barely, with the mattress stitch. So yes, you can learn how to do this, and the pattern for this is in the ebook, okay? So no worries, you don't have to look around and do any stitch tutorial countings and figure it out how to do it. You won't find many thermal crochet patterns out there, just that you know. Let me show you a few more, okay? This one is another really fun one. This one is done in a single crochet version. So can you guys see it? This is the, well, it's kind of upside down for the stitch. This is the single thermal crochet stitch, which is actually very well known for those who do know about thermal crochet. This is the stitch everyone thinks is, oh, that's the only thermal crochet stitch out there. It's not, it's just one of them, okay? And you can make this really cute twisted cup cozy. Isn't it adorable? I just love it, okay? And here's another way how you can make rounds, okay? So thermal crochet rounds with this adorable basket. Okay, so now this is really, I would consider an advanced technique, okay? So you're going to learn how to make circles in thermal crochet, okay? You can see how the sides, the inside part looks different from the outside part, and that's because it's thermal crochet. It's a thermal crochet circle, and then you're going to do rounds after that, okay? So I don't know if you can tell, but there are some slip stitches right here, okay? And you can make it into rounds. There are no continuous rounds for thermal crochet, okay? There's none. Okay, it doesn't happen, doesn't work, because you're doing half a row at a time. You can't do continuous rounds, okay? You have to do slip stitches. So, but this is a single crochet version. In this case, you are learning multiple different things at once, okay? The thermal single crochet, rounds, increases, and circles. I mean, really cool, right? But on top of it, I mean, you can see how I'm holding it. I'm using it like 3 fingers right here. I don't know if you can see my thumb is holding over here. This is not collapsing. And why? Because it's a thermal crochet stitch, okay? It's very sturdy. Do you see that? It's just, I'm holding it with 3 fingers. It's not falling apart, okay? I didn't use t-shirt yarn or anything, okay? Thermal crochet is really good in terms of stability. And you won't need a lining or anything. When you do bags, you won't need a lining, okay? Oh my gosh, Michelle, you got the ebook. Woohoo! If you guys are getting the ebook while live, you guys tell me, please, so I can celebrate you. I really love that, okay? Please tell me if you're getting the ebook. It's right now on sale until August 21st, okay? There's the coupon code up there with the link. Let me pop the link into the comments again. I know it's already there, but I'm just gonna do it again so you don't have to find it. It is also marked in black, I believe, on YouTube, all the way on the top in the chat, okay? All right, so if you are guys getting the ebook, let me know, okay? Would this be good for a cup cola? Deborah Burke, I'm not sure what you mean. You were excited for the cup cozy, Kay? I'm so happy. Yes, go try it. I hope you will try it. Okay, let me know if you're getting the ebook. Okay, you have a few more days to get it on sale. But another fan favorite, okay, and this uses all the different techniques. So let me remind you again, okay? The pattern I'm about to show you uses the thermal single crochet, uses increases, decreases, rounds, and circles all at the same time, like all, what is this, 5 techniques at the same time, okay? And that is this a cute little pumpkin, which is very hard to show on camera, okay? This one is a glow in the dark pumpkin, And because it's done in thermal crochet, it does a few different things. Number one, okay, it's great for stability. It doesn't have any of the polyfill peeking through. Like literally you can stuff it to the brim. It will not come through. Okay, which is really cool. Like a lot of times I'm always worried that my tension is too loose and then the polyfill will peek through, right? If you ever had that problem, thermal crochet is your solution. Okay, on top of that, because thermal crochet is double thick, you're making 2 layers at the same time by going up in a zigzag. It makes this extra glowy. It's so cool. Okay, have you guys seen it yet? I posted a video this morning on social, so if you haven't seen it, I'm going to show you a picture in a second so you can see it. At the very end, you definitely see a picture of it, how it looks like when it's glowy. Oh, I love this one. Okay, this one is a very popular pattern right here. Let me know if you guys going to try the pumpkin, but remember, you have to learn all the different techniques first. It's all in the ebook, so if you like ad-free, printer-friendly content, go get the ebook, okay? Let me show you a few more things that you can do with thermal crochet, okay? Remember, pot holders are not the only thing for thermal crochet. Here is a really cute beanie, also done in thermal crochet. This one is done actually with the double crochet version. Okay, so it makes it a little bit more stretchy, but yet very, very cozy. I don't know if you can tell, it's quite thick, but it's still not too thick that you would be like, oh, I'm sweating, okay? But it's enough that it keeps you warm, okay? I actually love this yarn. I don't remember which yarn I use for this, but it's really cool. I don't know if you can see it. It's a little bit darker here in the center. It's really cool. I like it, okay? So here's a beanie. You can totally, of course, add a pom-pom to it and turn it into a hat if you like. So it's really cool, okay? Let's see. Diana says, I love the ebook so much. I will be picking my project from there for the charity crochet challenge event. Oh my God, that is so cool. Which one are you going to pick? You're going to be part of November. That is amazing. Here's the thing. I really want to remind you that this ebook, I mean, this is a great idea, definitely. But it's also great for, you know, like craft fairs. I mean, it's going to make your project stand out. They look different, right? You can talk about how cozy they are and what great they are for like heat protection, for warmth, for stability, right? They make wonderful gifts. I'm telling you this in August on purpose because you probably have noticed that thermal crochet, because you're doing half a row in terms of height at a time, so it takes a hint longer to do. So I'm telling you this now so you're ready for fall, okay? And then you have something for, let's say, Christmas, Hanukkah, birthdays, whatever's coming up for you, okay? So whether you're doing a charity event, you're doing a craft fair, whether you have birthdays or other holidays coming up, these are the perfect gifts. They are very unique and they are wonderful to work with, plus ad-free and printer-friendly. I mean, you can't beat that. And video tutorials, of course, like I talked about. We have so many video tutorials that teach you everything step by step. And look, I use some really good yarn for this, so it's easy to understand, okay? Because I want you to understand it. Okay, it is great for pot holders too. That's right. Let me show you kind of all of these. I mean, first of all, I want to remind you that, you know, you can see it over here already, but let me show you a bigger picture. This blanket is very popular right now. Almost every single crocheter who has gotten the ebook says they were going to make this one. This one uses chunky yarn, okay? It's a big throw. I don't know if you can tell, but this is my sofa back there, okay? Some flowers, my window, right? There's a pillow on the side, so you can tell how long it is. It is a throw. It's perfect for one adult or 2 children to snuggle under, okay? It's big. I actually showed a video this morning on social. You can see me holding it. You can see how big it is, okay? It is perfect for the winter time. If you celebrate Christmas, then go make yourself one. If you don't and you want a blanket that doesn't have the Santa part on it, well, just make it in one color, okay? This is just easy color changes right there, okay? Now, let me show you all of the patterns right here as an overview, and I would love for you guys to tell me which ones are your favorites. So leave some comments down below and let me know which ones are your favorites, okay? Because I'm still debating a little bit bit for the next few days of which patterns I'm going to go through. I definitely think that I should be doing either the Aldi quarter right there. I should say it in German. I'm so weird in saying this in English. Aldi. It's Aldi quarter holder right here, number 20. This is one possibility. The other possibility is the cup cozy, which is number 25. So both of them use the single crochet version of thermal crochet, and I would love to teach you that. So I'm debating on which one I'm doing. I even think about number 24 could be also a great possibility, okay? So which would be the key fob. Sorry, the name was gone for a second, okay? So 20, 24, 25, those are the ones I'm debating right now which one to do, okay? Then we have other projects that I'm thinking about still doing. Now remember, I'm not going to show you the entire thing because it's more about the stitch and learning technique, but I would talk you through the pattern, of course, okay? So you guys let me know which ones are your favorites. Let's talk about through some of them, okay? First, there's a good question here. Hang on, I need to go back and answer a few of you guys' questions, okay? Let's see. You called me Vicky. I'm Nikki. Can we do edging like on a pot holder? Like a, did you hear that? Pot holder. I love the edging thing. Yes. Okay. Number 2 has an edging around it or border. And that one is the envelope border because it's the perfect border for it. Yes, technically the envelope border is used for hiding yarn, right? For like mosaic crochet. But because the pot holder is thick, the envelope border makes it perfect, okay, as the border. And yes, this number 2 here comes with the entire pattern as a video tutorial. So you not only learn the pot holder, but you also learn like the inside part of the pot holder, but you also get the border tutorial with it at the same time. So yes, you are getting that, okay? It's in the ebook. Pot holders can be used acrylic yarn or just cotton. I recommend cotton only. Acrylic yarn, guys, is human-made fabric, and because if you use, let's call it the real name. What is acrylic yarn really? It's plastic. So what happens if you add heat to plastic? It'll melt. Okay, so is acrylic yarn good for it? I wouldn't suggest so. Now you could use wool. Wool is is not a human-made product. Now wool can felt. Keep that in mind, but it still can help you. So I would recommend cotton. Definitely, it's the easiest one to do. It's also the cheapest. Okay, so cotton for sure, but you can totally also use wool. I would not recommend acrylic for pot holders specifically, okay? I know some people say for coasters it's fine. I recommend yes. For coasters it can be fine, but not for pot holders, you guys. Okay, so let's see. The last mystery crochet is the first time I've done thermal crochet. It takes a while. I'm on a beginner intermediate, but I explain. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm so glad you learned something. That was really fun. Okay, let's see what you guys like. Okay, I see a number 25, the cup cozy. Interested in number 25. Number 12 is the fingerless gloves. Ooh, those are fun. I might do the fingerless gloves too. The fingerless gloves is done with the double crochet version. Do you guys want me to redo the thermal double crochet version? I am totally fine with that. Let's do that. If you guys want the fingerless gloves, I'll do it. If you guys like the fingerless gloves, the beanie is a good one for sure. I'm not quite sure I'm going to do the beanie in a live tutorial because it takes a while. You wouldn't have to know all the increases, decreases. Actually, there's no decreases. Increases, rounds, circles. There's a lot of techniques mixed together for the beanie, so I don't know if I'm going to do it, okay? So we have cup cozy, more cup cozies. You guys are like the cup cozy. What is 24? 24 is a keychain fob. Hang on, I'll show you right here. It's a keychain fob, okay? So some of you guys don't know what a key fob is, okay? It is something like this. You hang your keys on here and you can walk around and you won't lose your keys. I see this a lot for, you know, soccer moms and, you know, people who go with their kids to a park or something that just hang their keys on here so they don't need a purse or something. You know, when you have kids, you have a lot of things with you. So just put your keys there and you always have it around your wrist kind of thing. Is that making sense? Okay, what else do we have? Cup cozy, origami purse. Ooh, that one is a good one. I love the origami purse. You know, the origami purse is actually very straightforward. It uses thermal single crochet stitches, and it's just made with a rectangle. It looks like it has increases and decreases, but it doesn't. It's a little bit of a tricky thing, but tricky meaning of what you think it is, but it's not. It's very easy. Trust me. It's just two rectangles sewn together, and then one of the rectangles is the handle. So trust me, you've got this, okay? We have cup cozy, blanket, pumpkin, pot holder, scarf. Look, Martha is just trying to make it for everyone. I love. She has like her list lined up. She wants them all for gifts, right? Am I right, Martha? Let me know. Yes, cup cozy. Okay, looks like we're doing a cup cozy. You love the dish towel? I love the dish towel. So many guys said you love the dish towel. That's definitely a fan favorite. So let me show you. I'm going to have it right here. The reason I love a dish towel, okay, is because it is very absorbent. Thermal crochet is perfect for kitchen towels, okay? It's very absorbent. This is done in cotton yarn. Very absorbent. It's very sturdy. You could totally even use it as a pot holder. I'm just saying. I mean, I would mess it up a little bit, but you could, okay? It's wonderful as a kitchen towel. It's absolutely amazing. It's very elegant. I think the white and blue is very elegant. Okay, another really good one is number 26, okay? You guys loved this one yesterday. Let me show you. It looks like this. It has like triangles right here on the top, and on the back is where the actual thermal crochet is. So it's very sturdy, and you can hide your, you know, little knickknacks on the inside. Okay, so let's see. Okay, you guys, woo, so many comments flying in. You guys are amazing. Need fingerless for college kiddos. Yup. Or the key fops. Yes, it sounds like definitely. Number 18 is a fan favorite for sure. That's the pumpkin. Yes, I'm thinking about holiday gifts. See, it's perfect. Thermal crochet is perfect. And that's why I'm telling you about this now in August. Now's the time to get started for anything fall or winter related. And look at all of these projects, okay? So let me summarize here the different varieties. Why did I use thermal crochet? Thermal crochet is not only for heat protection or preventing you from being cold, meaning it's cozy, right? But heat protection meaning like pot holders, etc. But it's also great for stability, for absorption, for not needing a lining, right? Any of the bags. You can see several bags here. Let me show you another pouch. Okay, here's another pouch right here. I use like a magnet. There's like a zipper in here. I don't know if you can see it, right? There's a zipper. I'm not going to open it right up. It's too much. So there's 3 pockets right here, all done. All done with the thermal crochet stitch, right? As I made it into wristlet 2. Then we also have this little baggie right here, which is for your phone, right? So yes, it's great for stability, not needing any lining, okay? Makes it nice and thick, right? But it keeps you cozy too. We even have a scrubby, okay? We have a soap saver holder, which is wonderful, so you can last a little bit longer. Most crochet things kind of fall apart after a while, they get stretched out. Thermal crochet doesn't do that, right? And this blanket, oh my gosh, it is cozy. You have no idea. If you have ever thought you had a cozy blanket, you have never tried thermal crochet blankets before. Oh my gosh, it is worth it. I'm just saying. Number 27, let me show you, is a little pouch right here, okay, where you can put your hooks or pens inside. Let me open it up. Okay, let me see. I have a big, see? It has your little pouch. I made it in glitter yarn, so you can put your hooks in there, and it makes it sturdy and nothing comes out, okay? That's a really great method to make sure your hooks are protected, okay? Again, you don't need any lining. It won't really poke through or anything. So wonderful for that, even for pens, you know, whatever you like for it. Let's see. This one is for iron pans, by the way. These 2, 10 and 15. One is for the handle, one is for the protection when you put it into your shelving unit or wherever, cabinet, wherever you put your stuff, right? And then we also have this one. Again, it's a bag. It's a drawstring bag. Ta-da! Okay, and again, you won't need any lining because it's done with a thermal crochet stitch. So let's go through a couple more things. So here, okay, so the foam, can we do 29? 29 is soap saver holder. That one's a good one. Okay, I'm gonna probably pick some of you guys' answers for the next few days, just that we have a variety of things we can talk about. I'm really excited. So we're gonna do more live tutorials. Let me tell you really quickly about the live tutorials coming up, okay, because we're about to do prize giveaways, okay, but I have more prizes to give away. Literally, that sounded fun. Prize giveaways for prize giving away. Anyways, so I'm going to teach more on these days. So we have Monday at 12 o'clock Pacific time, Tuesday at 2 o'clock Pacific time, because I'm going live at 12 in TCC, my membership, okay, the Crochet Club, in case you're curious. And so that's why we're doing at 2 o'clock on Tuesday and then 5 o'clock on Wednesday, just so I can cover all the time zones, okay? Everything is available as a replay. But the prizes you can only win if you show up live. So I know I'm making the finger, but I want to remind you to set your alarms. Okay, literally wrote it there. Set your alarms, because you only have a chance to win something if you were there live, because you have to answer them live as I talk about it. So that way you have a chance and I can pick one of your comments, right? That's how it's going to work. Okay, so are you guys ready for the prize giveaways? Oh, look, Connie just got it. Look at you, girl. Let me show you guys off, okay? Oh, I actually want to show you guys the iPad version first, but first let's celebrate Connie. I'm so happy you got it. You know what? I got so distracted with the prize giveaways, I actually forgot to show you how it actually looks like on the inside. I like to give you a sneak peek. Hang on, you guys. Okay, so the very first thing I want to remind you of is the usability of this amazing ebook, okay? So remember, I said there are 30 patterns in here, 7 stitch tutorials, and 13 videos, but you also have clickable buttons, and these are really, really important. Let me tell you why, okay? Not only do I give you video tutorials with it, most books do not have video tutorials, okay? And I want you to learn the best way possible, because everyone learns differently. Some of you guys prefer photos, some of you guys prefer videos, some of you guys need both at the same time. That's fine. And that's why I give all of the possibilities for you right here. I'll show you in a second how that actually looks like, right? But there's also little buttons. You can't see it on here, but I'll show you in a second. And there it says main menu. And when you click that, you're going to jump back to the table of content whenever you feel like it, which means you don't have to scroll like a little squirrel, right? You can just beam yourself where, you know, next generation kind of thing. Beam yourself where you want to go. It's really, really cool, okay? Patty says she's loving the thermal stitching. Yay! Okay, let me show you how it actually looks like on the iPad, because I know you guys always want to see that, okay? So here's my iPad. Oops, wrong finger. There's my iPad. I made it big so you can see it. Okay, so you can see you can scroll through, okay? And then here's the table of content. Look what I did. Okay, I really want you to see that. Like, pay attention to it. Look at the names right there. And do you see what's in the parentheses? Okay, in the parentheses right there, it's telling you which stitch I use. So if you feel like, oh, you love a specific stitch over another, then go look through and see which stitch you like, and therefore you know, oh, these are the patterns I could use with that stitch. Or you do it the other way around. You learn a stitch and like, which one can I use with this? Or you look at the pattern and say, oh, that's the stitch that I need to learn. Okay, let's say, for example, the fingerless gloves, it says TDC, so thermal double crochet. Then you say, okay, I need to learn that. Then you go to the thermal double crochet, so let's click on that, okay, and it takes you to the tutorial. You can see the big font. You see that, the big font right there? And you get a video tutorial with it, which is also embedded into your profile. So that way you can click everything. You can click it there, or you can click it here, and then on top there is the main menu button, so you jump right back. And then you say, okay, I want to do the fingerless gloves, then you're going to jump there, and then you have the fingerless gloves, right? And then you're going to jump back, and then you jump right back, okay? So it's really, really cool. So you can jump around, and you can learn the best way possible thermal crochet step by step with the stitch tutorials and with the patterns, so you could really enjoy the process. I'm I'm just saying, it's really, really cool. Okay, keep watching, hoping for a prize. Yes, Patty. Okay, I'm really excited. So let's see. We're going to go through. Oh, Tina just got it. Hang on, I got to celebrate Tina first. Hang on, Tina, you got the ebook. Woohoo! I'm so happy for you. If you are getting the ebook while I'm live, you guys, please tell me. Okay, now let's go actually through the quizzes. Are you guys ready for the quiz time? I'm ready for the quiz time. Okay, let's see. Someone's saying, can we have the ebook on both the MacBook and iPad? Yes, you can. You download it and then you use it for your own personal use, wherever you want. This is what I like about this ebook. Okay, actually, I want to show you something for a second, because a lot of you guys may not know this or not realizing it internally, but you not only have it as a digital device, but you can print it too, like I did. Okay, ta-da! You can print it. Okay, so you can see I printed this version, so I have it here ready to go. I use it when I teach you guys the patterns, right? So it's right there. You can see how big the font is. This is size 14, so it's easy to read. Okay, and again, it has clickable buttons, so really cool. So yes, you can use it on multiple different devices. You just download it, use the app that you need to use for an ebook or a PDF. This is a PDF, and that way you can enjoy it, printed or digitally, however you like. Okay, I think it's finally time for the quiz time. I keep saying it, so quiz time. Okay, we're gonna do this. We're going to go through each question individually. We have 2 questions, okay? And what's gonna happen, and I'm gonna move all my shenanigans to the side right now because I want to show you what you can win, okay? So let's go through it. I'm gonna move this. Okay, and so I can show you. Let me see if I zoomed this out enough. So, okay, you have a few different ways of what you can win. Okay, so let's go through this. So you have a way to win an ebook. Okay, so if you answer correctly and I show you off and you are within the US, you have a chance for an ebook or a yarn box. If you're outside of the US, you automatically get an ebook if you win. Sounds good? Now, which ebook? That's up to you. It can be this one. I have 25 different ebooks, so you get to go through a list and figure out which one you like, and then you get access to it. That's how it works, okay? So let me show you what you can win if it's the yarn box and the spinny wheel decide it's a yarn box, right? And if you're in the US, then you have a chance to win this yarn box. So let me show you, okay? So, okay, hang on. I need to make sure it doesn't touch my microphone. So give me a sec. There we go. Okay, the very first thing you see in here is a little pouch, right? Or I should call it a drawstring bag, which is very popular. It says the Crochet Club on it. Okay, so why is this like this? There we go. The Crochet Club, okay? And just that you guys know, typically these boxes only go to a certain amount of people at a certain amount of time, okay? At special promotions, they can get one of these yarn boxes, okay? So they are not for sale. You can only get them a certain time. So this is literally a special box. None of these things are in there you can buy, really, okay? So you get also a cute little pattern, newsletter pattern kind of thing, okay? You get a color wheel with it. For those who are new, this is what's in it, okay? And you also, obviously, yarn, different types of yarn. This is the mystery part of it, okay? It could be 1 giant skein, 2 smaller skeins, or 3 teeny tiny skeins, right? And then they're all random, right? So it's really fun. You also get a measuring tape. This one is very popular, which is also a keychain, right? Can you see that? It's a keychain. And a pop socket for your phone, okay? Some stitch markers, and of course, some stickers. So that's what's on in the inside of one of these bags, or boxes, I should say. Well, technically the inside part comes in the bag when you get the box. To be fair, that's how it works. Okay, so let me put this to the side, okay, because now it's time for quizzes. So we're going to have a spinning wheel at the end, but I think it's time to do quizzes. Now let's do question number one. Question number 1. Remember, I'm picking a random winner that has the correct answer. Only answer once, please. Once. Okay, once you win, please don't answer again on the second question. Okay, make it fair for everyone. Alrighty. So I'm gonna go question number 1 in where's 3? 3, 2, 1, go. How many patterns are in the ebook? Come on, this is easy. I told you it's actually even on the screen. So let's see if you remember or if you can see the number. How many patterns are in the ebook? While you guys are answering that, I'm going to show you guys a quick review from someone. How about, did I do Lisa already? Let's do Lisa. Okay, Lisa says the video ebook is very detailed, explains everything so well, and me, who has never done something like this before, absolutely loves it, especially the ease, how truly easy it is. I love this, okay? The video ebook, I love that she calls it video ebook, will make you want to come out of your comfort zone, okay? And it really takes you to the next level. It takes your crochet skills from this level to this level, because now then you have all these different possibilities for making gifts, for creating additional things, more blankets. Anytime you have a pattern, you're like, oh, I wish it would be thicker. You can now use them, right? You can use these stitch tutorials and then use them for other patterns. I mean, there are so many possibilities. Okay, now it's time to pick a winner. So let me remove the question so I can pick a random winner. I'm going to cover my eyes, okay? And I'm going to go up and down, and I'm going to pick a winner from the list. I'm going to stop right here. And I have Angela Peterson Hill. Congratulations! Now I gotta do this. Angela, you got something! Yee-hee! Okay, so let's see what you actually won. Okay, so let's go through it. Yes, please only answer once. If some of you guys do it multiple times, that's not fair. Do it once, okay? Please only answer once. So I'm going to show the spinning wheel, and the spinning wheel will decide what you win, Angela. But Angela, if you're not in the US, you automatically get an ebook. If you're in the US, you have a chance for a yarn box. So let's see what the spinning wheel decides. I don't have to do it. The spinning wheel do it on its own. Okay, let's see what you want. It looks like it's a free ebook. Woohoo! Congratulations! Now, what ebook you're gonna pick, that is up to you, okay? The best thing is to email me. If you don't know where to find my ebooks, I will show you, and then you pick from the list. So Angela, I'll show you my email address in just a second. I think it's time to go to question number 2, and that way we find another winner. But don't run away just yet, because I want to remind you of a few things right after. So please don't go right after the question number 2, because we have a few more things to talk about, so you guys are ready for tomorrow. Okay, question number 2 is, how many videos are in the ebook? Ooh, I mentioned that a few times. Do you remember? I showed you guys this, right? And I showed you guys this, right? There's a lot of things I showed you, and I told you how many video tutorials are currently in the ebook. Do you remember? Don't mix it up with the stitch tutorials that are written out, okay? Don't mix it up with that. But let's see if you remember how many videos are in the ebook, okay? Let's see who remembers. Okay, I'm going to go through one more review here that I may hopefully have not done before. Let's do Eileen down here. I don't think I've done Eileen yet. Eileen says, you did an outstanding job as usual. Oh, thank you, Eileen. I so like your teaching method and applaud you for sharing all your knowledge and skills with your fellow crochet fans. Aw, yes, I love doing that for sure. And I want you to be the hero in the story. Thank you for a wonderful module and how you have, and I know you are having a tremendous influence on many, many people. Well, I love that, but it's important for me that you spread that, okay? Tell people about it, how much you love this, and to influence them. You have an influence too, okay? You can tell them how much you love thermal crochet. Just saying, okay? So now let's remove question number 2, okay? And let's see the winner. Okay, I'm gonna go through it, okay? Please only answer once, not multiple times. It's not fair. So what? And I see you guys. I see who's doing it multiple times, so don't even think you're hiding it. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna stop right here. Okay, and the winner is Lisa Strasberg. Congratulations. Hold on, I gotta press the button. Lisa! No, Linda, excuse me. Linda, you got one. I read it too fast. I saw the S again. Linda, congratulations. Okay, so let's see what you won, Linda. I'm going to say Linda. I think we had a Lisa yesterday. That's why I said Lisa by accident. Okay, let's see what you won. Yes, it is 13 videos. You could have said 13 plus because I'm going to add more videos to it, but 13 is the minimum number. Okay, minimum, which means there will be more. Okay, Linda, let's see what you want. Here we go. Here we go. Will it be an ebook or yarn box? A yarn box only if you're in the US. Okay, it looks like it's an ebook. Woohoo! Congratulations, Linda. You just got an ebook for free. Okay, so now how do you guys get access to the ebook? I'll show you. Let me remove this. So for my two winners, okay, here is my email address. Please take a snapshot of a screenshot, write it down however you like. Memorize it if you like, but for some of you guys it may be hard to memorize, but it's Nicole at nikkishomemadecrafts.com, okay? It's Nikki's, so there's an S right there. It's a CK, okay? Nikki is with CK. Nikki's Homemade Crafts with an S.com. And yes, it's with a K because I got the name Nikki from my aunt when I was little and she spelled it this way, so I stuck with it. Okay, that's just a reason. Ta-da! No other reason besides that. Okay, so the honor goes to my aunt. Anyway, so that's my email address. So you can email me too if you have any questions, of course, about the ebook or any additional things, of course. Now, let me remind you really quickly of what you're actually getting in this ebook because it's very special, okay? You are getting all of these 7 stitch tutorials right here, okay? In a big font, ad-free, printer-friendly. You will not have to waste your time searching the World Wide Web to figure out how to access all of this content. You don't have to deal with that. I mean, time is money, okay? So don't waste your time. It's all right here, laid out for you perfectly. And not only do you have the written instructions with it, you get video tutorials like that, like zoomed in video tutorials, guiding you through it step by step to teach you exactly how to do each individual technique. Like you can see here, this is just a fraction of them, right? We talked about it's 13. This is 4 of them. So 4 versus 13 plus, right? Okay, so yes, you are getting the written instructions and videos at the same time. Plus, you get all of these 30 patterns with it. 30 patterns, all in this ebook right here. And you can see I printed it, okay? But you don't have to print it. You can keep it on a digital device, okay? You just need to use an app that allows you to click things. So if you only have it in a preview, it will not be able to click it. So if you have to put it into an app like iBooks, Adobe Reader, something like that, okay, then you can click things, okay? So you get all of these patterns with it, okay? So you can use them at your own leisure. And right now is the perfect time to start ahead for fall, winter, gift making, anything you wish, charity, craft fairs, right? There's so many possibilities right here, and this technique is very unique. It is thick, it provides stability, it provides absorption, okay? It provides heat and cold prevention, so depending on what you use it for, right? Beanies would be to not be cold, but you be cozy, and then pot holders, for example, for heat protection, right? Many different options. You won't need any lining. It is the perfect technique to learn right now. And by the way, if you didn't know, thermo crochet is known as the thickest crochet technique in the world. So if you always want to expand your crochet knowledge, go to the next level, then learn these techniques ad-free and printer-friendly. How amazing is that? Where else can you get all of these benefits? Okay, just that you know. And remember, teaching something is for me very, very powerful. Okay, so teaching live videos or recorded videos for you guys is very important to me because everyone learns differently, which is why we have more live tutorials happening. Okay, so make sure you know that I'm gonna go live again in the next few days teaching you more about thermo crochet. We just did a scarf today with the half double crochet version of thermo crochet. There are more coming your way, maybe with the double crochet, maybe with the single crochet, maybe I do a round. We'll see. Okay, I know some of you guys. Okay, someone wants my email address again. Here's my email address again. Hang on, I'm gonna move this up There we go. Okay. So for those who need this, there you go. For those who need this, there you go. Okay. Remember, we have more prizes to give away. So I hope you're going to be there. Let me know. Are you going to be there? Please tell me if you're going to be there, because we always have so much fun when we go live. If we give away prizes, I get to teach you something. So it's just amazing. Anyways, take your crochet skills to the next level. Come to the next live video tutorials. Learn more about thermal crochet. And if you're ready to get the ebook, go get it now. The coupon code expires by Wednesday, the 21st of August. So I hope to see you then, right? Until then, bye-bye.